So I don't know how you mothers who are living in the West, and by the West I mean mainly the US, and you're living without your family members, and you hardly have any friends, and you're managing kids alone all by yourself as a mom. Back home, I am originally from Afghanistan, so the whole village raises the children, not just the mom. So the grandmother would look after the children while the mother is cooking the food, and then the sister-in-laws or whoever else is living in that joint family, they're cleaning or they're doing other type of housework that needs to be done. So the housework is shared out between everyone. But here, it's all on the mom. Everything, anything that includes housework and kids, it's on the mom. So taking the kids to the school, taking them to after school activities, doing the cooking, doing the cleaning, doing the laundry, just managing everything by yourself as a mom. It's so difficult. And the worst part is I feel like there's no family time here. My husband, he came home from work last night around 7 p.m. He had his dinner. We sat down for about 5 to 10 minutes, and he comes upstairs, and I thought maybe he came upstairs to maybe just rest or use his laptop or play his video game. I come upstairs and he's snoring away. He's fallen asleep because of how exhausted he was. And it made me think, what kind of life is this? In Afghanistan, the men would work probably until 4, 5 p.m. max. And then after that, they would spend 2 or 3 hours socializing with their children, with their wife, with their family, with their parents. You know, everyone would eat together. Then they would have tea. There's no tea here afterward because of how tired my husband was. And this is our daily life. He comes home, he has his dinner, probably spends 20, 25 minutes max socializing with us, and then he goes to sleep because of how exhausted he is. And the weird part is he's not exhausted because he's doing physical labor work. And the work field he is in, it doesn't require him to move around much. But still, I feel like it's mentally exhausting the way the system is here, not just for the mom, but for the dads too. And it's just so depressing. Like, how are you guys raising your kids in the system? I feel like the system here is all about just work, whether you're a mom or your dad, you're just working the whole day. And it's like the kids are growing up. Like my daughter, she is 7 years old. Where did that time go? I feel like all I've been doing is laundry, cooking, cleaning, just taking them from one activity to another activity, taking them to school, dropping them off. Like, there's no time to spend with my kids. Like, how do you guys find time to spend with your kids? I feel like the system here is so screwed up. There must be a way for parents to spend more time with their kids here. How do you guys find time to spend with your kids? And I feel the moms who work outside, it must be extra difficult for them. I don't know how you moms do it who actually work outside. You know, drop your kids off to school, go to work 9 to 5, pick your kids up again. And I come home, and on top of that, you have to do cooking, you have to do laundry, all this extra stuff. I don't know how you guys do it. I can't imagine being in the position of a working mom. I feel like mentally I would just break down. The system here, I feel like, is so screwed up for parents. There's no time to spend with your kids, quality time. I don't know how you guys do it.
All right, so Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to my Akim, GUATEMALANS, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. And today's lesson, we're going to be getting into this video that this brother had shown. GMS Virgin Island Straight Gate. Definitely go subscribe and watch this video. The link to this video will be in the description. And I really want to talk about this because honestly, when I first was watching this on my own, the thing is, normally I don't really care about if a woman is crying or it has a problem, but she is a mother, a married woman with kids, and she's supporting her husband in the ways that she should. So it's not necessarily that I have a soft spot or anything like that, but I can. These are the types of times where I genuinely can feel sorry for them. It's not too much, but understand that I can see that, and even though she's most likely not an Israelite, but still I can, at the very bare minimum, sympathize with her. Now, with that being said, there's so much that she goes into where it's like I don't know, a culture shock, if you want to say that, where it's a culture shock where she is, basically talking about the abnormalities that she's not used to, but it's in Babylon, but it's not in the country that she is from, and that's because Babylon is not a family-oriented culture or nation. They're specifically striving or working or aiming towards, kind of like molding your kids the way that they want to make your kids. All right, so they want to make the kids quote unquote inclusive, liberal, which we saw what liberal means in the scriptures. All right, but let me get this. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And this is the way that he's doing it. Basically, she spoke on I think most, if not all of the issues that Esau is talking about. And the one thing is making you so mentally tired and incapable, or not necessarily not wanting to, but too tired to spend time with your children, or too tired to spend time doing stuff that actually is going to help, that actually is working towards family oriented stuff, like spending time and actually teaching your children, correcting them, saying, hey, I want to do this with you, I want you to know this and whatnot. Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2. Nope, let me get this, wrong one. I mean, still applicable, but whatever. Let me get this. Proverbs 22 verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. And this is the thing. People want to be able to teach their kids what their own morals. They want to instill their own morality and values into their kids, but they aren't able to, because as she said, the parents, they don't have time, and there's no extended family most of the time. There's no extended family. It's usually these Asian countries, Asian citizens, be it actual, like what people would normally classify as Asians, but there's also the Middle Easterns, which are also Asians, all right, but people don't call them Asians. So all the Asians, all right, that have extended families, that normally spend have the time and the manpower / woman power, whatever, to put in time to do all these different things. All right, because she was saying her grandparents are the ones that look after the kids. All right, while her mother looks after the kids while she cooks and does all these different things. There's different things. It's like a village raises a kid. It takes a village to raise a kid, which that's a good thing to have, yes, but that's not how things are done in Babylon, which is a bad thing. Okay, the reason why it's a bad thing is because Sakya, not necessarily it's a bad thing. You don't need a village to raise a kid, but understand what she was actually trying to get in behind it, because she wasn't necessarily talking about, oh my God, this is just too much work for me to do. She wasn't necessarily saying that to complain. She wasn't saying that. What I believe is her main complaint was the raising of the children, being able to spend time with the children. Okay, and it is very important. Spending time with your children is very important, because you want to teach them the right way to live, and your way to live. All right. But with Esau wants school to be that third parent that is spending most of the time with them and is indoctrinating them to their values and their morals. All right, which like this is a very scary thing, because as she had gone into, she's the one. The father gets home at 7 p.m. and then he just goes to sleep. He's really tired. He spends what 20 minutes max, I think she said 25 minutes max, socializing with them, and he's like, oh my God, I'm tired, I'm gonna go rest and whatnot, because I have to go to work again tomorrow. All right, and then he just doesn't have time for his kids. Then the mother, she's over here cooking, cleaning, doing literally everything, taking the kids to all their stuff, going grocery shopping, all that stuff by herself. Okay, and then over here, if she's too tired, then okay, well, I don't have time to do all this stuff. I need my own rest and whatnot, and then just whatever. All right, you basically you get the point, where then if both the mother and father are too tired to teach and to instill all the correct morals and values into the children, who's left to do it? All right, and then that's when it falls into these schools, the primarily the public schools. Private schools, I think it's okay, kind of, maybe, partially. I'm not gonna, don't quote me on that, but for kids that go to public schools, that's where a lot of their morality is being taught. And another thing is, you see, if you've seen, there's a lot of these Edomite parents that are Edomite looking parents that complain to the school saying, who the hell is teaching my kids about this? Why are you bringing a drag queen to this stuff? I didn't approve this. I didn't co-sign this or anything of this, blah blah blah. And then like again, like this is the fear that we need to be having about our kids in general. And funnily enough, one of the biggest pushers, or the people complaining about it, okay, righteously so, are the Edomites, ironically. All right, because I've only ever heard of Edomites complaining about this stuff. I have heard a few Northern Kingdom, all right, or so a few Northern Kingdom, but outside of that, it's primarily Esau, Edom, all right, because freaking Jake, Jake barely has time for anything. But another thing about that is how iPad kids, all right, where you have these iPad kids that are just scrolling through the internet, doing whatever, looking at whatever, doing whatever, all right, and the parents, the Western parents, they don't care about anything that's going on, as long as they're quiet, they're safe, they're not doing anything, they don't care. And that's another issue that is a part of Babylonian society. You have this woman that's complaining about the lack of parent to child interaction, all right, and this is something that Babylonians strive for. They strive to not have to spend as little time with their children as possible. All right, it's like, why even have a child if you're going to just treat them like some background noise? All right. So yeah, and another thing, let me actually get this. Proverbs 29 verse 2: when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. All right, so she's mourning. She's not even an Israelite. She's not an Edomite that we know of, and she's over here complaining about what's going on. She's not she's mourning. She was literally crying at the end of it. She was sad about how life in Babylon is. And the thing is, it's not just about, oh, if you don't like it here, go back to your own place. No, this is a problem for everyone. This is not how everybody should be raising their kids. It's not the right environment for kids to be grown up in at all. And this is the thing where Esau is so self-righteous. He thinks that if it's in Babylon, that it's okay, even though a lot of his people, the Edomite people, Slakia, Edomite looking people were the ones that were making these similar complaints where they have to work so many hours, they can't spend time with their kids. And as a matter of fact, I think I did a video. Maybe last month about a woman, an Edomite looking woman, literally complaining about saying, "Oh, we don't have me and my husband are over here working so many hours, and we barely have enough money for anything extra, and on top of that, we can't spend time with our kids because we're always working and doing this, that, and third. Like, this is the amount of work that we've been having to do. The cost of living has gone up, and like the situation, our situation has gotten worse. Our living situation has been getting worse. So she is literally making the same exact sentiments as a lot of people, a lot of Babylonians as well. But she does a better job at kind of articulating it and specifying the exact aspects of it, okay, with her perspective, which again, this is something that I didn't even really take full note of. All right, now Slakia, now I remember, Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 3, and he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord Yahweh, thou knowest. Okay, so over here it says, can these bones live? And in this context, it's referring to people that are spiritually dead, not physically. It's not actual corpses, not actual skeletons or anything like that. It's people that are spiritually dead. And the thing is, a lot of these people are spiritually dead, on top of the fact that they're starting to get mentally dead. She said that her husband is, I'm not going to play it, but she basically said that her husband, he barely has time for them, and he's not doing any manual labor that's physically laborious, but he's doing labor that is mentally taxing, mentally draining, making him just feel exhausted. All right, and this is how Esau has been setting things up to make the Babylonians more and more brain dead, in the sense of not making them not necessarily stupid, but just kind of like, okay, you know what, we're bringing out this new thing, we're bringing out this new what's it called, setup or something like that. We need you to sign these papers, and then it's like, okay, well, I don't feel like reading through this whole paper, this whole contract or whatever. I'll just sign it and agree to whatever stuff you want, where they're not putting much thought into the decisions that they're making. This, which is also another thing, which that had to do with the jab. All right, where the jab was, okay, well, you don't have enough time. A lot of people don't have time to go and do research about the jab, so just say, okay, the government said to do it, we're just going to do it. We don't need to know anything else. All right, and again, like there were still people that said, oh, you know what, I don't think this is a good idea, I'm not going to do it. All right, where there are people that do have some brain cells to actually do it, but because of how Esau is basically trying to lead us to be zombies, all right, trying to zombify the people. This is where it's like, okay, well, forget it, I don't care, I'm just gonna agree, I'm just gonna do whatever, all right, which is a very, very big problem that we're faced with now, all right. So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 9 verse 17, and thy counsel who hath known, except thou give wisdom and send thy Holy Spirit from above, for so the ways of them which live on the earth were reformed, and men were taught the things that are pleasing unto thee, and were saved through wisdom. Okay, so basically, with this reformation of Babylon's society, with this reformation with how Babylonians think about, or just people in general think to do certain things, you know, ultimately the only things that's going to protect us and save us in these last times is wisdom, all right. And the things that Babylon teach, they are going to lead to your destruction, all right. And it is, we don't try not to, the conclusion is try not to be too brain dead, or actually think some of this stuff through. Also, the fact that don't allow yourself to become a zombie, all right. Even though we do need to work, and sometimes like this work might, you know, what's it called, numb your brain, all right. Just wait, that we're almost out of here, all right. So yeah, I read this, but yeah, that's basically it. I really wanted to bring this out. I just felt the Spirit get on me to, you know, talk about this topic. Like it is a very sad thing, you know. I definitely feel sympathy to people like that. That's why, you know, me personally, I just thought it's not wise to have children now, all right. Because I mean, even though I want to have children, but it's just not the wisest thing. It's not going to be expedient, all right. So like, just don't. And that's another thing with women as well. If there are some, you know, sisters that do want children, all right, yes, that's a good thing that you do want to have children. It's a good thing you want a partner, whatever. But just know that, number one, with the first part is with how Babylonian society is. They're going to try to steal your kids and corrupt your children. That's number one. And then number two, just in general, during Jacob's trouble, you know, maybe it's not going to be the best thing for you. Maybe you might be weakened, or be tempted more so, not just to protect yourself, but to help and protect and provide for your children, be you a mother or a father, if in that time, all right. So, you know, these are the hard things, the hard decisions that we need to, you know, kind of maneuver through in society, all right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, SHAMAIWAN, HAITIANS, double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, Abad, and Shalom.